Welcome to episode 2 of It's Character Building, the podcast. This week we have Elli Francis, one of my pals, who kindly agreed to record this podcast with me back in January. It was proper snowing. I went all the way down to her house in very weird driving conditions through country roads and all sorts. And we recorded this and had a little bit of fun and a good chat. I hope you find it interesting. I know that I enjoyed recording it, and I'm not going to say too much about Elli because we talk about how we met and how we know each other in the podcast, so I'm going to leave it all up to our chat. Okay, so I'm here with Elli. Elli, say hi.
Hola. Aloha. Greetings.
Cool. So do you wanna introduce yourself and how we met?
Well, you just introduced me, so I don't need to do that part.
Okay, fine.
It's like one of those awkward groups you go to where you have to go around the circle and be like, hi, I'm Elli.
And I'm
I
alcoholic.
have issues with this, and my favourite colour's red.
Pretty much.
So, I was working at a bar at uni.
Yep.
And
The Princess Alexandra.
Yes.
Plug.
Plug. The Princess Alexandra. Back when it was good, though. When I was there, you know.
It's still good.
And it was quite chilled out, like, don't know what evening it was.
It was during the week.
I was going to say it was probably midweek.
Yeah.
Knowing you.
Thursday, probably.
Yeah. And you came in with your friend, and me and the douchebag manager at the time used to have little, like, competitions and stuff like that, and we'd, like, point out if somebody attractive came into the pub and say if, like, we were attracted to them or whatever, and then you walked in with your friend and served you. You went out to the garden. He came downstairs and I was like, a couple of cute girls going out into the garden, because, you know, I was young back then and used this lingo. And then as soon as you came back in, the manager sold me out straight away.
Yeah, he did.
And was like, oh, these are two cute girls you're on about. I was like, oh, God, why? And I don't usually feel awkward, because I believe that situations are only awkward if you make them awkward. But I felt very awkward at that point. And then to which you responded to him with, well, there's a cute girl behind the bar, so, and like...
and it was like, burn.
I was trying to like act really cool, and in my head I was like, yes! like football fans worth of applause in my mind, like, yeah! That's what happened.
You got bro points for that, didn't you?
Yeah, I got so many bro points, because he said nothing.
Yeah, that was when I was just I just like delved into the realms of bisexualism.
And you had like a little choppy bulb.
I know.
And like One Direction pyjamas.
Adorable. Well, I wasn't wearing my One Direction pyjamas in the Princess Alexandra though.
No, but now, because I like know about them, every time I imagine you back then, I think I just see you in this One Direction like red top trousers.
I know. Oh, good times.
That locked in my mind.
Oh yeah, I looked really different then though. I had like
I had
no tattoos.
No tattoos.
I just turned 30.
You dressed quite girly as well.
I was very girly. I had like a dress on.
Yeah.
Like
and
a bob.
Little plain brunette bob.
Aww.
To your jawline.
Yeah.
Like.
That was cute.
Yeah. Until you had a few drinks and you started having a go at people.
Yeah, then it was a nightmare, yeah. Let's not talk about that.
Why?
Lol.
I'm joking.
That's for another podcast.
I should definitely do a podcast.
What, about my alcoholism?
About how people change when they're drunk.
Oh, yeah, I should actually.
I can contribute to that as well.
Yeah, I think everyone changes when they drink, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how we met, and then a beautiful friendship blossomed.
Awesome.
And we've now been friends for like nearly 5 years, Elli.
That's mental.
That is mental.
Have we ever addressed that?
No.
Like the actual timing of it.
That's crazy.
We've addressed like all the weirdness of the fact that we're friends and like we've remained friends and all that's cool.
Yeah.
5 years.
I know.
Yeah, it's been 2.5 years since I graduated uni and I did 3. Yeah, so it's been like 5.5 years.
Where did 5 years go though?
5 years.
Like literally.
That's a deep question.
yeah. We don't have time to answer that.
We've got to work up to that.
Yeah.
Record my existential crisis.
Oh God. I definitely don't have enough phone battery for that.
No, you don't.
Jokes. Yeah, man, 5 years. Yeah, I'm walking into the pub that day. I never thought that I would that we'd be mates.
I didn't even think they would be friends like after uni, like not in like a bad way.
No, just in a
Like you meet
life
people
changes.
when you're at uni or when you're in a different like town or city, and it's like, yeah, cool, you're my friend and like my Facebook friend,
Yeah,
and then you don't really talk to them that much afterwards.
no, but we're actual real life friends.
Are we? No, I'm joking.
Oh,
It's an illusion.
please let us be real life friends.
No jokes. I've got like 3 friends, and you're one of them.
Yes, top 3. That is like hashtag winning.
Winning. Goals.
Yeah, goals. Okay, cool. So now everyone knows who you are, which is great.
Marvellous.
So I wanted to talk to you because you have been doing this crazy, stupid, weird thing that I wrote a blog about, which is where you've got rid of your smartphone
Yes.
and you've done like nearly 6 months without it.
Yeah. It's totally mental thing of trying to be less self-indulged.
So why did you do that, Ellie?
It came into my head like quite a few times over the past couple of years. And I've been like, oh, everyone's always on their phone and social media and blah, blah. But I was always like, no, there's too much stuff on my phone. I use my phone for too many things. What about when I'm in London and I use Google Maps? And there were like all these reasons, like I don't have an alarm clock.
Yeah.
I had to like I had to acquire an alarm clock, which I got from my mum.
That's weird. Who has an actual alarm clock anymore?
I bought a watch. Like,
yes.
all those random things. But yeah, and then one day I was just like sort of in the few months of not doing very well, and I was walking my dog, and like deep in dog walking thought, was like, no, I'm gonna do it, and like something just clicked in my head. It was like all of a sudden, it wasn't like a long thought process. I was like, today's the day. I'm gonna go to CEX. I'm gonna sell my phone. I'm doing it. And I came home and everyone was like, are you sure? Like, you're making a rash decision. My mum was like, put your phone in the office, like, oh, I'll put it in my drawer. And I was like, no, because I have the worst willpower.
Yeah, totally.
And once my willpower breaks, I go, like, I'll go straight to that drawer. I will not give a shit. Like, people will be like, they try and get me out of it, but I'll be like, no. Like, I've broken the whatever.
Yeah.
I'm getting my phone. So I knew that I had to get rid of it, like, properly, which was horrific. So I was like, oh, I'm going to get like 80 quid for it. No. I got like £40.
Oh my God, did you really?
Yeah. It had like gone down a grade or something like that.
Wow.
But I was like, no, I'm going to get rid of it. Plus I knew that by the time, if I actually managed to stick to it, which I had to, if I got rid of my phone, I've got no money to buy a new phone, then I was going to get a new phone anyway in like, a year's time or whatever. So I was like, force myself. And to get out of the habit of, it was mainly the habit of taking photos of things, because that was one reason why I was on like Instagram and Snapchat so much, is because I started to get followers, and then I started to like realise how to network yourself in order to get followers, and especially when you have issues with mental health, using Instagram to get attention feels great. It's like drugs, isn't it? Because technically when you get a like, you get a hit of dopamine and it makes you feel good, so you keep doing it. So I hit 1,000 followers. Like at one point I was even using this app which would help me gain followers by filing through people who were also using that app. And you could go through and you could like things, and it would let you like 500 things really fast. And so people would see your profile and they'd like yours, and then people would follow you. And then you could also, if you liked 1,000 posts a day on this app, you could then buy followers.
Wow.
And they were real followers, they were real people. But they would basically give your profile to these people to follow. And so I was doing that, and I got to 1,100 and something. And then I was like, this is insane. Like, I'm obsessing over it. I was doing it like every day. I was like, and then when it told me I couldn't like any more pictures, I'd be like, oh, I'd try and refresh it, or I'd have to put it down for half an hour, then I'd pick it back up so that I could like more. And it got like mental, because I was like, oh, I got 1,000 followers, like I'm gonna go viral. I'm running this like grunge blog. I'm doing all these like millions of hashtags. My friends started to notice that I was hashtagging everything like extensively, and they were like, Ellie, this is not you. Like usually
hashtagging
you don't give a fuck
out of life.
Yeah. I was hashtagging everything.
And not in an ironic way.
No, as in like, this will get me followers. What was going to get me more attention?
Right.
I was doing it all for that purpose. And like, I was getting like lots of like grunge blogs, bands, some like LGBT stuff, like loads. I had this one girl message me starting to talk to me, and I'm not a very, you know me, I'm not a very sort of like, I don't chat to people online.
No.
Like, I'm not really a romantic-y person or like a datey person. I don't date.
No.
No, I don't do any of that shit. And then like I was like, yeah, I'll chat to her, whatever. You know, it's cool to chat to somebody. And then found out that she was married. And when I brought it up, she had a go at me, and she was like, "Oh, you're gonna make me feel guilty." I was like, "Well, yeah, you're a bit of a dickhead."
Oh my god, so was she messaging you in a...
She was from Australia, and she was messaging me trying to flirt with me.
Oh, my days.
And then dropped the hint that she was married, and I was like, "Oh, maybe it's like a polyamorous relationship." And she was like, "Kind of, but she doesn't really know." And I was like, "So no, then. So you regularly cheat on your wife online."
Wow.
And I called her out on it, and then she was like, "Oh, you're not gonna make me feel guilty, are you?" And I was like, well, like, you know, I'm not pissed off because I don't care, but you know, she was also going on about the fact that she was like hurt a lot by people she was in relationships with, and that's when she said it, and I was like, you're a bit of a hypocrite, mate, because you're married and you're doing all this stuff online, so you can't really talk about people who've treated you badly.
The world of social media is
she
so weird.
She flipped at me and like blocked me. I was like, see ya. I think the last thing that I sent her that she saw was like I threw up a peace sign emoji. It was awful. So, yeah, I was like, all of that was happening. My life was basically on Instagram. All the interesting things happening on Instagram.
Really? All the interesting things?
All the interesting things. And also because I had so many followers, I noticed that if I didn't post something every day, I lost followers.
Right.
So I was literally looking for things to post.
Okay.
So then when I got rid of my phone, I was still looking at things going, oh, I'll take a picture of that. But I couldn't. So I had like a flip phone. To feel extra sassy. Got a flip phone. Yeah.
I love a bit of a flip phone.
Oh, it was amazing. Everyone was like really amused at it as well. Like at work, I'd pick the phone up.
It's like,
I'd like feel really sassy, like I was in Clueless or something.
oh my god, Clueless, yeah.
Like in the
90s.
Like 90s, yeah, with this chunky flip phone. It was incredible. But yeah, just getting out of the habit of taking photos of things and thinking about taking photos of things, which took me about 3 months.
Really?
I still look at things now and I'm like, the thing is like now I look at things and think I'd like to take a photo of that so I can send it to someone or so I can show my mum when I get home or whereas before I was like I want to take a photo of that because it'll make a really good Instagram post.
Yeah.
So like it took me a while to get out of that habit. I did think of not getting a smartphone back like last month. I was like kind of not bothered about it now, but I want to travel and like all that kind of stuff.
So yeah, you've done 6 months and then it's your birthday in April and you're going to get a smartphone again.
Yeah, going back to the trusty old iPhone.
Though?
There's number one, I really enjoy taking photos and like that instant edit and put it online and stuff like that. Number two, I'm actually missing out on my family WhatsApp groups from abroad because my cousin lives in Australia and everybody else lives where else in England, and they share everything with my baby cousins and I have to try and remember to ask my mum if I can look on her WhatsApp. Also, if I go to Australia at Christmas and I move there, then I want to be able to connect with my family, like, you know, just like at the touch of a button.
Yeah, rather than having to take
like
your laptop.
emails or long distance phone calls or something. But I think the whole point of me doing it for this long and actually doing it for like, you know, hitting the 6 months is like half a year, feels like a decent amount of time to get myself out of the habit. And then when I put that phone back in my pocket, to be like vigilant with myself and actually test myself to have some willpower. Because I made it quite easy for myself to get rid of it. So that it'll be like a whole new test putting it back in my pocket and not being on it all the time and not to use it to make myself feel good. I've been reading at work. Like a book. Made out of paper.
What? A what?
Like paper.
They still
with
make
words
them?
on. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And I've had this book for months and I've like never...
But you don't read. That's why you don't read my blogs.
I struggle, but the books that I read is
busted
movies. Like if I've seen movies.
Oh, okay.
So I'm reading Into the Wild because it's basically my favourite film of all time
you love
ever.
that film.
And everything's about like being a nomad and like wandering in nature and questioning life and all that crap.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what kind of things have you learnt since not having your smartphone?
I see everybody else on their phones a lot more. Like at lunchtime at work when I do kind of pull out my book or I'm just sitting there eating and not looking at anything. I'm just eating. That everyone is on their phone and nobody's speaking.
Right.
And I just kind of sit there quietly. I think my internal monologue has got a bit quieter, actually.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
Maybe it's the need to feel, you know, like you're doing something all the time. So, like, we're not very good at being still, or, like, we get bored really easily nowadays, I think. Because everyone, as soon as they haven't got something to do, they pick up their phone and they start scrolling. So, I think just learning to be a bit quieter in my head.
So what do you
not
do?
Not having something to do all the time.
Like, what do you do when you're sat on a train or, like, just...
Well, I have my car now. So, I just listen to music in my car. If I do have to get on a train or anything like that, headphones and music, which I did before anyway.
Oh, so you've got, like, an iPod or something?
Yeah, I got an iPod from my dad, which I've only used a couple of times because I have my car. But, yeah, pretty much music. And to be honest, while I'm at home, I'm on my Mac. So it's not like I'm completely technologically void.
Yeah.
So I have everything on social media. But...
So you still have Facebook?
Yeah.
You can still look at Instagram, although not post to it?
Yeah, I can only post on Instagram if I use my mum's phone.
Okay.
So I have to...
But you've probably posted like twice or something, haven't you?
I think I've posted like 4 photos in like 4 months.
Yeah.
Which compared to the fact I was posting at least one photo every day is a big difference.
And you used to have Snapchat as well. I remember you would Snapchat everything.
Snapchat everything. Like, and then save everything. So I feel like we have this compulsive need to document everything we do nowadays.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Maybe it's because we're, like, as humans, a bit more unhappy and a bit more conscious with everything that's going on around us. So, like, if we feel like if something is good and we have this amazing day, we need to, like... hold it really close to us to relive it as much as possible because we were really happy in that moment. I think that's what I did. I'd go out on like a day trip or whatever, you know, if I went to London with my friend or whatever, I'd feel like I need to record the whole thing so I can watch it back. And I was like, years ago we didn't do that. We just had a nice day and then remembered it.
Exactly.
Or did it again. Like, it wasn't that big of a deal. Whereas nowadays, it's like we have to document everyone because we have to show everyone what we're doing.
Yeah.
Like, I have to be like, look at this amazing day that I had and name drop here and I went to see, you know, this person and I drank copious amounts of alcohol and look at how happy I am. Like, we've just got to prove it all to everybody else.
It is kind of it's very self-indulgent, like you're saying. It's just a bit weird, isn't it? It's like showing off or something.
It's really shallow.
Yeah, and it's like, who's having the most fun?
Yeah.
And what annoys me about social media is that nobody ever posts when they're having a shit day.
No.
Or very few people.
Yeah. Like, or they'll post like really overly dramatic stuff and they're having an averagely shit day.
Yeah.
Like, nothing's ever normal.
Yeah.
Like, because nobody gives a shit about normal. You know, if you were like, oh, I bought some jeans today, they fit really well. People would be like, why are you posting about that?
Yeah, who
like,
cares?
It's not dramatic enough.
Do you think social media makes us kind of overdo everything then?
What do you mean, like think it over in our heads? And
well, no, like you say, normal is boring.
Yeah.
So do you think we have to create?
Oh, right.
Do you think we have to create sort of false drama or?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like, we're constantly comparing ourselves to like celebrities and celebrity lifestyles. Which I don't have a problem with celebrities and celebrity like you know I have my fair share of people that I idolise and you know look up to and all that kind of stuff, but. It's when, like, young people are Snapchatting all day in the style of certain people. Like, I don't have a problem with the Kardashians, even. They all seem like nice people. But, like, you know, people will be documenting certain things like them in that way.
I love the fact that Ellie's mum is now doing hoovering.
Yeah, she's hoovering.
Yeah, so apologies for the background noise, but
if there is background noise.
We're currently sat in Ellie's room somewhere south of Northampton.
Yeah, Hertfordshire.
Hertfordshire, thank you.
20 minutes north of London.
That's it. And yeah, we can hear Ellie's mum will probably walk in halfway through this as well.
Yeah, probably. And tell me about something that I've got to do.
Yeah, and we're blatantly going to leave that in the podcast.
Yeah, I feel like we're like.
I'm almost
13
waiting
years old
for it.
right now, like, you know, like you hang out in your friend's room.
Oh my god, it does feel like that. But I kind of love that though, especially as we're talking about like the days before social media. It makes me feel very nostalgic.
Fuck the system.
Yeah.
I'm not old. You're old. Shut up. Stick it to the man.
I am old.
No, you're not old.
Okay, good. Thank you.
No, you're not old.
Yeah, you're turning 27 in April.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
And I'm living back home with my mum.
Mate, there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with a quarter life crisis.
I might move in
At
because
all.
if the writing thing doesn't work out, I might be like,
Yeah, and I'll make you really hipster lunches.
oh my god, that lunch day was so good.
Yeah.
I bet old you would have Instagrammed it.
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would have Instagrammed it. I literally used to have food go cold because I couldn't get the right angle or the right lighting.
Oh my god, how do you feel about that?
Like, it's funny. I find it funny, but in a
tragic
you're
way.
fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like, nobody cares that much about your salad. I'm gonna start a band, and my first single's gonna be "Nobody Cares About Your Salad."
You should. That's a great song title or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
That'd be so good.
Nobody cares about your salad.
Nobody cares about your salad.
Fuck your salad.
I feel like that's something that the 1975 would bring out.
That's what I was thinking when it came into my head. I was like, yes.
Yes.
Nobody cares about your salad.
Let's just write the song.
Light saxophone in the background.
Yeah. And then some really hipster video just to go along with it.
Yeah, in black and white, obs.
Obs.
I feel like we got a bit off track.
Yeah, yeah, 1975. Let's bring it back to where we were.
Thanks, Mum.
Yeah, thanks for that little interlude. What's your mum's name again? I forget.
Jane.
Jane. What a classic name.
Yeah.
Jane.
Classic Jane.
Classic Jane.
Oh, Jane.
Yeah, so social media and stuff. So phones just in general. So aside from like you constantly Snapchatting, and actually you did mention to me that a few people said, "Oh, we miss your Snapchats."
Yeah, which was weird. I felt a bit famous.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, I've really missed you not being on Snapchat. It's not the same without your snaps like each day. I was like, what? People actually cared about it.
Yeah. So that's weird. How do you feel about like? Because obviously now I'm doing this blog. It's character building. Plug. And
shameless plugging.
And the Happy You project. Plug. Which you can find on Facebook. No, like obviously I'm having to be really on social media all the time. So I've got like I set up Hootsuite so that I can set up all my like social media posts on a day, but it takes forever because I've got to do it for its character building, and then we've got to do the Happy You project. It's just relentless. That's
the problem, but that's also how social media has changed since we were younger. And like, because it was like there was nothing, then there seemed to be sort of like MSN, and then
do you remember MSN?
And then I remember like everyone had like Bebo or something.
I never had Bebo.
I never gave a shit about that.
Or MySpace.
I had MySpace because I was an emo kid.
Of course you were.
Because I'm a little bit younger. Than you.
Yeah.
My youth.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, I point that.
Only 8 years.
I was an emo kid, so I had MySpace. And then my friend was like, "You need to get Facebook," and I was like, "Nah, mate, Facebook's so lame." But then obviously I ended up on Facebook like everybody else. Then we've like seen the whole thing, kind of.
Can I do a little Facebook rant for a minute?
Yeah,
because I hate Facebook with a passion.
Okay. Yeah.
So obviously I joined Facebook in like 2007 or whenever it came out.
Yeah.
My boyfriend of the time was all about like technology.
Yeah.
And he bought me a iPhone Touch like when they first came out. It was wasted on me because it's like, what's the point of this? And then
iPhone Touch, is that what was before the iPhone 3G?
Sorry, iPod Touch.
Oh, iPod Touch.
iPod Touch.
I wasn't even a phone.
Yeah, do you remember that? Like,
how vintage?
It went from like an iPod that you just literally had.
Yeah,
the
one
buttons
with the screen.
With the screen, and it was touch.
And then it was like iPhone 3G.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
So anyway, he was like, no, I have this like iPod Touch. He only bought it for me because he wanted to buy one for himself, so he bought two. And he knew that I wouldn't go mad if he basically bought me a present. Douchebag. So anyway, so I had this iPod Touch thing, and then he was like, oh yeah, and then you can use Facebook on it or whatever, and you can use the internet on it. I was like, okay, whatever. So I joined Facebook, and I just found it bizarre. But that was back in the day when they didn't have all this bloody farm requests or, you know,
like Candy Crush and whatnot.
Oh god, and there's so many adverts on it now. So like maybe
you never had anything before that, like social media before Facebook?
Never.
Mental.
Nothing.
Were you in like an MSN person?
I did have MSN, but we used to just use the phone and call each other.
Yeah.
Like I'd get home from school and I'd spend an hour on the phone to my friends, like talking.
See, that's where we know that we're a few years
Different
apart.
generation, right? So Facebook, and then like it started getting really noisy, like digitally noisy, if you know what I mean, like with all this crap, and then it got to the point where I was seeing people's posts. I was seeing like their new baby. I'd never met these people, but because my friends had liked something. It's like, why do I need to see that you've just got married or that you've just had a kid? Like, I don't care. I don't really even care about my friends getting married and having kids. No, I do really. And
I'm the same. That's fine.
But like, I was like, okay, so I'm gonna come off it. So I wasn't on it for like maybe a year and a half or 2 years even, and it was like the most glorious time of my life because I didn't have to worry about any of this shit. And then obviously doing the blog, everyone's like, no, you need to get on Facebook so that you can like reach an audience. So I've been talked into it now, and I hate it. It gives me anxiety. Like, I've unfollowed everyone. So if you're my friend on Facebook, I don't follow you. So when I look at my newsfeed, all I see is stuff from like charities or events. That's it. Like, I don't. That's
quite cool.
Yeah. So I've unfollowed every single person. And I'm really, really sorry if that's rude and I don't comment on any of your stuff. But it literally makes me feel anxious.
Yeah.
I hate it. To the point where my friend Seljan works for Facebook in Ireland, and she keeps trying to get me to work for them, and I will not do it because I really feel like...
Why did she try and get you to work for them if you hate it?
Yeah, well, she says that they're not all bad.
Okay.
They are. So, yeah, I just, like, Facebook, no. No. I love Instagram, but I fucking hate Facebook.
That's the thing, like, it used to be sort of just for fun, but now also... as everything else in the world, if people figure how they can make money off of something, then they will do it. So now everything is covered in adverts.
Yes.
Everything has, like, every movie has to have a Facebook page.
Yeah.
Everything has to have a Facebook page. Like, every restaurant, like, even though we've got, like, TripAdvisor.
Yeah.
There's still, basically, Facebook is also TripAdvisor because... Yeah. You can find restaurants and locations on Facebook and you can review them, and people actually take notice of how many stars somewhere has on Facebook. Everything. Like, so, you know, it's good for communication purposes, but...
But what kind of communication is it breeding, though?
I don't know. The only reason why I considered getting rid of my Facebook a little while ago, I was like, you know what, I actually love the fact that it's like an online storage thing for me. So, for me, it's got, like... loads of photos mainly because I refuse to pay for shit like the cloud or whatever the kids are doing nowadays. The online photo albums, I have no idea. But one thing I did do was I made the majority of my albums on my Facebook private. So like all my albums from uni, like holidays, mobile uploads, I think maybe, I'm not sure. But basically I had like, 10 albums on Facebook and I made like 8 of them private. And I stripped my Facebook a little while back of all the about me knowledge.
Yeah.
My birthday's not on there. My hometown's not on there, it just says London.
Yep.
Nothing. Like age. Like, whereas I used to, like put in books and music that I listened to and like everything about me, and I was like, I don't actually like this. Like, also people can like stalk you and they know you before they even meet you. Now, whatever happened to like just actually meeting somebody and being like, what kind of music do you like?
Actually, that's really weird because I met a guy recently who one of my friends has tried to set me up with, and when we met, like we literally randomly bumped into each other on the street because we'd Facebook messaged each other, but never set up to meet up, and then we bumped into each other. But he knew everything about me already because he'd like obviously looked through my stuff, and so I was telling him, he was just like, oh yeah, and I saw that video of you, and I saw that, and I was just like,
yeah,
wow, okay. I mean, like. Not in a creepy way, because it wasn't like...
No, it's like totally normal.
But it was just like, oh, okay, so you know everything already, so what's the point of this conversation?
And then also, maybe this affects, like, even you could go into the fact that it affects relationships and how people date, and the fact that, divorce rates are so high and everything, because, excuse me, because basically getting to know people online and through all this, like, external stuff, it's like a business proposal, but for people. So then, like, back in the day, you would meet someone, you'd be like, wow, that person, looks amazing. I'm really physically attracted to that person. And then you'd have to actually go out and spend time with them to get to know them. And, you might take, like, months getting to know the things that we now know before we've even met somebody on Facebook. And we make a prejudgment, and we judge people on how they present themselves online, and how they look and the things that they post. Like, whereas, without social media, that would be a really intimate bonding thing that you do with people. Whereas now everyone's just so distant, and we can just all do it with buttons and all that crap.
Yeah, and that's the other thing as well. It's kind of, I get the point of social media to, you know, connections, you know, keep in contact with people abroad, all that kind of stuff. I get that, but I feel like it's making us lazy.
100%.
Like, I used to ring people when I left uni, so before Facebook and everything. When I left uni, I used to pick up the phone and ring my friends periodically from uni to catch up with them and to see how they were. And I don't do that now at all.
No,
I can't remember
the
the last time I've made a phone call to somebody to say, hi, I just, you know, what are you doing? Like, it just doesn't happen.
No.
And it's such a shame because actually what you see on social media is all bullshit anyway.
Yeah, it's just how the person wants to.
It's a summary. It's
perceived.
like yeah, it's their version, it's their narrative of what they want people to see of their life. And it's like, you know, like we've said, it's never normal. It's always like everything's really great or everything's really shit or whatever. And I just feel like that's really sad because then the assumption is, so when I then meet up with my friends, the assumption is, well, we don't really have that much to talk about because I've kind of seen what they've been doing. Oh, they went on that holiday. Cool, I don't need to ask about that. Well, actually, you kind of do need to ask about it because I might have seen their camera roll, but, like, what was it really like?
Yeah.
It's just stuff like that annoys me. Or also, having friends on Facebook that you would never speak to in the street.
No.
It's bizarre
I keep
to
doing,
me.
like, Facebook purges now, like, especially with people from uni and stuff like that. If I haven't spoken to somebody on Facebook or in person within the past about 3 months, then sorry, you've probably been deleted.
Yeah, and that was very much my policy before I came back on Facebook. But now, obviously, like, my stuff's all open to everyone because I don't really put anything personal on there. It's just all, like, the promotion type of side of it, which I kind of, a little piece of me dies inside as well because it's like, oh, now everything everyone's going to see is me plugging something. But it's only to plug it for good. Like, I'm not trying to...
Well, that's what's happening more and more now. Like, we're using online stuff to help us earn money and for businesses and in quite a productive way. But maybe we're also turning our personalities into a business. And that's why that's where the two things link and meet on social media. Everything's just turning into a way to get forward in life in like a businessy way. You know, we're not just marketing our jobs and, you know, our businesses and to get customers for our work. We're also marketing like these makeshift personalities to sell ourselves.
Basically, yeah.
Because we don't actually make any more proper connections with people anymore. Deep.
Oh my god.
But true.
I feel like that's why I'm single.
yeah, okay, let's blame Facebook.
Yeah, let's blame Facebook for me being single. Great. No, but like I'm kind of make that in a flippant comment type of way, but
in a way, 100% true. Because if you think about people who actually make in-person connections without meeting online or through apps or on Facebook or being able to Facebook stalk each other first, it's basically what is there nowadays, like catcalling, and that's probably about it. Like if you go up to somebody in the street and try and start talking to them, immediately people think you've got like an agenda.
Yeah.
And you want something, or you want to sleep with them, or you're going to mug them, or, you know, it's not normal.
And like talking to people, to new people in real life, in like a bar or something, never happens. No. I don't think a stranger has tried to talk to me. Maybe, I don't know why, maybe I'm not putting out the right vibes. But like, I don't think anyone's tried to talk to me in probably 5 years. I'm
like that though. Like I like to go out and to actually speak to, like, spark up random conversations with people. Like if I'm out having a drink, usually if it's like a normal day and I'm, you know, at work or something, I'm like, nobody speaks to me. But if I go out and I have a drink, you know me, I'll make friends anywhere. I've been known to make friends in the most random of places. But like, it's like almost like you have to, like, really make a strong impression within like the first 3 seconds.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I'm not a creep. I want nothing from you. This is just a nice conversation. Like really quickly, otherwise you get shut down.
Yeah.
Like I've literally gone up to people and like complimented their outfit.
Yeah.
I remember like my first year of uni, I was like trying to meet people or probably trying to hit on people. I don't know. Most likely the second one.
Right. Yeah.
But I always remember doing it in kind of a nice way. Like I never wanted to. Because also I wasn't really bothered about sleeping with people, actually. I just liked attention.
Yeah.
Like, it was never kind of like a sexual thing for me.
Yeah.
I just really liked attention from people. So I remember going up to people in the SU, like, it was more girls than guys. Some guys, but I just felt more comfortable doing it with girls. I'd go up to them and I'd literally be like, oh my God, your dress is amazing. You look gorgeous. And, like, I just say something random like that, and sometimes they'd start talking to me, and we're like, oh my god, like I've like one girl in the club was like, let's go get a shot, and like that went somewhere.
That worked.
Like,
Woo!
or there was, I remember one girl in there, she was like, oh my god, thank you so much, and like wanted to give me a hug, and then I was like, you're welcome, and then I walked off, and like either way, that's a great exchange.
Yeah.
It's like in person, and it doesn't matter because I didn't necessarily want anything from them.
No one does that anymore.
Nobody does that, and I love doing it. And like the amount of weird looks I've got, or like, I think I'm quite lucky with my level of like social consciousness that I know when someone isn't interested in talking to me.
Yeah.
I know when to walk off, and I'll be like, okay, this person hasn't responded.
Yeah.
Like immediately, I'll leave. But yeah, nobody does that.
Yeah, I did. I went out for.
I've been looked at like a fuckboy way too many times.
Have you really?
I'm like, I'm a nice person.
I'm not a fuckboy.
I tell you, you look pretty.
Oh my god, there's so many fuckboys around though. God, they're just everywhere lately. But yeah, like I went out for lunch a few weeks ago, and I went to the Lamplighter, best Sunday lunch in town. Just putting that out there.
You love the Lampy, don't you?
I love the Lampy.
Fucking hipster joint. Sorry, any Lamplighter fans.
I do love the Lampy. A little bit too much. I'm that girl now in the Lampy that's just always drunk and dancing.
Like, oh, that's LG.
Oh, she's back again. And all the stuff like, oh god.
Hide your husband. Hide your wives.
I'm not that bad anymore.
She's climbing in your window.
Sorry. Anyway, I was in the Lampy, and this guy walked in, and he was like giving me life. Like he had the beard, he had the tattoos, he had the
hipsterness.
Look. Oh god, he was just gorgeous. Like he was just amazing, and I was like, oh my god, like he's just so lovely. And I was sat next to Pip. Pip was like, go talk to him. I was like,
I remember you telling me about.
I was like, I would never talk to him. I was like, I've never spoken to anyone in my life. Like, why would I do this? And he was like, go on, egging me on. So I kind of manoeuvred myself right next to him at the bar, and like was talking to, I can't remember who behind the bar, and I was just like, oh, I don't know what to drink. Oh, I think it was Chris. Shout out Chris. And I was like, I don't know what to drink. Like I'm hungover. Like what would be a good choice? And I kind of said it loud enough that hopefully he might hear. And he did. He put his oar in, and kind of then we started talking. And he wasn't interested in me in that way at all.
No.
But it was just nice to have like a little exchange, and I felt really kind of, you know, I was shaking. Like I went back down and sat down. I was like,
it's like a fun little thing.
Like, oh my god! I was just like shaking and stuff. And I found out quite a lot about him. I didn't even find out his name though. But he was really nice, and it was just a nice exchange. But like no one does that, and I feel like social media and dating apps and just all of this technology that we carry around with us really inhibits us from actually talking to people.
Also, we just want something from everybody. Everybody wants something from somebody else.
I mean, I wanted to date him, let's be honest.
But you say, that's the thing, you say date. You wanted a conversation, you wanted an exchange, you wanted a potential nice time.
Yeah.
Like, whereas most people who verbally communicate with each other on nights out, especially, I'm trying not to be sexist, but the majority of it is guys, and I know possibly scary lesbians. I'm not homophobic.
You are a bit.
Only because I'm insecure.
Yeah.
But like, you know, they'll go up to people, to girls or whatever, and will want something from them. And if they feel like they're not going to get it,
oh, like that kind of instant gratification, you mean? Like something instant, do you mean? Or
like, if they think that they can sleep with somebody, usually it's about sex. Usually they don't care. It's all on face value because we're very superficial. Again, link it to social media or whatever. Like, everything is extremely shallow.
Yeah, it's the whole Tinder generation, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's the kind of like, oh, literally in real life we're just swiping.
Value.
Yeah, we're just literally swiping past you. It's just...
Yeah, we just judge straight away. And a lot of the time it's like, you know, you just want something instantly from somebody. You want somebody to, like, give you attention, how people give you attention online. Like, nobody's patient. That's why in relationships and stuff like that, all my friends, like, date, and I don't do it because I would rather be friends with somebody first. Because, like, nobody's friends anymore. We had a conversation like this, didn't we? Where I basically was like, well, I don't think relationships work because they get into a relationship so quickly and they're not actually friends.
Yeah, and they don't actually have anything in common or like the person even. They're just sexually attracted to each other.
Exactly.
And
again, like, basically controlled by social media and what that person's doing, getting to know that person via a profile or a certain look that they want to give. Like, it's so easy to like be fake nowadays and project this like massive detailed fake image. Like, it's gnarly. Like, you wouldn't really be able to do that in person or that fakery.
No.
It'd be a really big show to put on for a very long period of time. Whereas now we can cover so much ground with information about yourself really quickly.
That's true.
And like basically get this whole image out. And you get close to somebody and you're probably actually not how you portrayed yourself. And that's why it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because you're not getting to know somebody, you're not being friends with somebody, you're not actually bonding. You know, it's like picking two celebrities that you think would look good together and like shipping them.
Yeah.
But actually in real life, they probably wouldn't go together at all. So, you know, I know that when somebody puts up on Facebook is in a relationship with this person, I'll have a look and I'll be like, you know, I'll judge them how they look together. Everybody does that.
Yeah, a little bit.
We're also negative.
God, aren't we?
God, this technology.
Damn it! Damn the technology!
Dastardly.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so for the sake of balance, maybe we should try and think about some good stuff about social media and stuff.
Yeah. Silence.
Tumbleweed.
No, I do think that we're getting to a point now where more people are speaking how we're speaking now and actually looking at themselves and looking at social media and thinking, oh shit, what am I doing? And also a lot of people on platforms are doing that. For instance, celebrities. I think a lot of celebrities are coming out and are being like, you know, actually put down your phone. I remember one of the first people I heard speak about it was Ariana Grande. Said that she's focusing more on being present and just around people and not being on, you know, a phone and all that type of stuff. She was one of the first people I heard like post about it or whatever. But I think more people are being more conscious about it now.
When I went to the 1975 gig last Christmas or Christmas before.
Yeah, they recorded it, didn't they? I watched it.
He was just like, okay, so for this song, I want you to put your phones away.
Yeah.
I just want you to watch what we're performing.
Yeah.
Just put your phone. I mean, about maybe 30% of the phones were still out because you could see it.
I remember him saying, because I watched the video, and he was so like, yeah, you girl there, you know, you having you know, it's not going to be as good. You're watching it through a screen.
Yeah, exactly.
But you go ahead.
But it made a point, and it links back to one of the other blogs that I wrote about. Like then I watched shortly after that I watched a Queen gig on Sky. It was like from off of the 80s, and every single person there, because obviously they didn't have phones. Every single person there was literally there clapping along in time to Radio Gaga, and it was like the best thing you could watch. It was just everybody there, no cameras, no phones, no nothing, like, and they were just all in it and loving it, and it was just it gave me all the feels.
Plus, really like the energy at a gig like that in the audience must be amazing. Like, I don't give a shit if people believe in all this energy crap or not. I feel like it's literally science.
Yeah, how could it not be
like,
true?
What you project, that's why when you're around a person who has really good vibes and they're really happy, you feel happy.
Yeah.
So times that by 5,000 at a huge gig. If everyone just put all their phones away and was really in it and had all those vibes, like being in a room like that is incredible. That's why I love the Bring Me the Horizon gig so much, because granted, a lot of teenagers would have had their phones out, yes, but that atmosphere with like the music and just like the whole arena and stuff like that, like I got a few good shots on my phone, but I kind of did it quickly, and I was like, take a few shots, blah blah blah, get my, you know, shots in, and then I put my phone away and I just headbanged the shit out of that night, and I was so drunk and I was like screaming all the lyrics and like getting emotional, and it was like the most therapeutic gig of my life.
When are you going to look back on those photos anyway?
Exactly.
Like, you don't look back on photos like that because
not really,
you have the memories. That's the whole point, is that you remember it and you remember the feeling of it, you know?
Yeah, totally. That's the same as the Tonight Alive gigs. Tonight Alive, listen to the band Plug. They're not my band, but listen to them anyway. Is it really selfish that I kind of hope that they never get so big that they do arenas?
Honestly, I'm with you on that. Like, I'm glad that Nizloppy aren't big.
That's why I don't listen to Paramore anymore, because I kind of fell out of love with Paramore, like when they started to get really big. And that's like a really like cliche hipster thing to say, like, you know, I listened to them before before they were big and blah blah blah. But I love going to the little venues, and like Jenna McDougall from Tonight Alive always does these little speeches like in between certain songs and things like that. and there's no way I can describe it without it sounding really cliche. But she'll speak to the audience and connect with people, and like there was this one a few years ago where she was talking about makeup, and she was like, you know, because everyone in the crowd was like getting a bit sweaty and blah blah blah, and she started talking about how we're also conscious about how we look, and she was like, for this song, I want everyone to, you know, rub their sweat all over their faces, and she smeared her eye makeup down her face, and she was like, you know, get gross, get disgusting, let loose, you know, like jump up and down, get sweaty. Everyone, all the like girls or guys, to like rub their eye makeup all over their faces, and encouraged everyone to do it. And it was wicked. And it was in this little room, and everyone just got really hot and sweaty and looked really gross. And
I love that.
You know, everyone was stinky and jumping up and down, and it was the best time ever.
Yeah, and and no one was needing to post about it, you know.
Yeah, like granted, you're gonna have, you know, whoever with their phones out, but I don't even think I noticed people with their phones out, because I didn't have mine out, and I was just like jumping around to the music.
Yeah.
And we need to be a bit more conscious. I think people get the piss taken out of them a lot for being conscious nowadays.
Yeah.
You know, it's stuff about like Jaden Smith and Willow Smith, like being quote woke.
Woke.
Like everyone takes the piss out of it, but it's like they're attempting to, and kind of succeeding in, having a higher level of consciousness and being aware about the things that are going on around them. Like they want to be smart. Like,
yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No, that's cool. Like
Totally
if you know, there's so many things going on that are wrong in the world, and like so many negative things, and we're taking the piss out of these young people who are actually paying attention to stuff, and who are, you know, into food and spirituality and, you know, like chemical imbalances and all the different things that affect people day to day. That other people are like, oh, just shut the fuck up and get on with it, and, you know, take the piss out of it. I think we should encourage like younger kids to be more woke, as they say.
Woke, as the kids say. No, I think we should all be more woke, to be honest. Like it's not.
You're gonna name this podcast "Get Woke."
Oh, get woke, yes. But like, there's no excuse not to be, though. I mean, that is one of the good things about kind of this technology that we have access to, is that we can educate ourselves on anything that we want to.
Yeah, everything at your fingertips, especially YouTube. YouTube's great.
Yeah.
Like,
TED Talks.
Did I send you the website of basically Will Smith kids? Jaden and Willow Smith started up this thing called Misfits Rep, which is basically an online community, or basically just a massive community for kind of young people, old people, whoever, who feel like misfits and who you know, question things, and who maybe feel a little bit lost or whatever. And there's like a clothing line, there's artwork, there's photography. It's very creative based. On the website, they've got all the links to all of that. Plus, they've got like this little Misfit school section on this website, and they've got loads of videos. And one of the videos that is like a whole series of them are on there is, I think it's called The Science of Spirituality. And it's amazing.
Is it?
It's really, really good. Like, I would urge everybody to check out the whole like Misfits thing. It's spelt without the I's. That's like MSFTS.
Right.
Yeah. Like, you just Google that, like, you'll find it.
Okay.
But like, it's really, they put out like a little, like they're reaching out to a load of people, considering they're ultimate Hollywood celebrities as well.
Yeah, they are.
They're like, you know, we want to do all of this stuff together, and you know, this is our knowledge, and you share your knowledge, and
I love that.
It's incredible.
And that, like, I really love that kind of just putting something positive out there, and then seeing the ripples of that effect, like, because they've got a massive platform and they can be affecting lots of lives, but then the people that they're affecting will then, you know, pass that on, and it gets bigger and bigger. I love that.
Yeah,
I'm definitely gonna have to check it out.
Brilliant. Yeah, definitely check it out. I watched like, the videos are like, I don't know, 10 to 20 minutes long. I watched 2 in a row, and I've got very short attention span.
You're like, oh,
very
shiny.
short attention span.
What's going on?
Yeah. But no, I watched 2 in a row, and I was like, oh my god, I need to learn about my chakras. And I was like, Ellie, calm down and go sleep.
Honestly, yeah. Oh, Paige has been like, my business partner, Paige, who do the Happy You project. She's like all about like the chakras and stuff. And I'm like, oh my god, this is
really interesting. People take the piss out of it, but if you actually look into it, that's why I like these videos, because They are the science of spirituality.
Right.
And they talk about literally what happens in your body. And, you know, to do with, like, you know, electricity and, you know, like, the forces around you and nature and everything like that, and how everything affects you. So it's like science, spirituality, psychology. Like, it's everything all in one. So it's legit. It's not so like somebody's being like,
yeah, it's not.
You have a secret fairy godmother that watches over you. Like,
what do you mean? Of course I do.
my fairy mother. Like, it's some True Blood shit.
Oh, I'd love that though. Yeah.
Hell no.
That's hell no. I don't need anyone watching me. I don't need that.
Business.
I don't need that kind of judgment, man. Yeah. That's sick though.
Yeah.
As the kids would say. Sick. So sick.
Sick.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think it's definitely more. I know it's very hipster in a certain way, but in a way, it's kind of good. Like that, everyone's getting into poetry and art and all this.
Oh, yeah.
You know, lame stuff. It's
But
becoming
it's not
kind
lame.
of cool again.
Yeah, it's cool.
I mean, it's cool because it's like, you know, lame is like cool now. Everything's topsy-turvy and whatnot. But like, you know, it's kind of cool to go, nah, fuck the system. You know, I don't agree with this. You know, I want to be nice to people.
Yes,
like like being nice is cool now.
Yeah.
Like, whereas before you had to be like a badass and rude to people to be like a cool person. Whereas now, like, everyone wants to be like they're in a biker gang. You know, you look a bit scary, but you're actually quite sweet.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I intend to do.
I was going to say that is your look 100%.
Like, I'm a nice person, but I project arseholeness.
Oh,
that's
you do.
the way I like it.
But you shouldn't project that arsehole.
No, but I like it. It's like my layer of arsehole.
Okay, it should project protection against the world.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, I like people like who give off this air of like, don't fuck with me or my friends. You know, like I have morals and I won't.
But maybe if we stopped all of this protective bullshit and actually portrayed that we were all just nice, decent human beings, don't you think the world would be a better place and we'd be like more community minded and, you know, less scared of people and just, you know, more together?
I think that's a very good idea, and I wish that things were more like that, and I think that they can be in the future.
They will be. They need to be.
Especially me. Maybe the reason why I'm so hostile at the moment is because of how everything is, and my permanent ongoing existential crisis and my midlife crisis and all the crises that I'm having.
You're not midlife yet.
Okay, sorry, quarter life crisis, my bad. I forget how old I am. Age is just a number. No. But what was I saying? I lost track.
We were talking about like this armour that we put on.
Yeah, and about everything that's going on in the world right now and everything that's super shitty, and I know we don't live in America, but still we live on the planet.
Yeah.
I felt that's another thing. A lot of people think that just because America is on the other side of the pond, that they're not our problems.
They're 100% our problems.
It's the planet's problems.
Yeah.
And I'm interested in all of them. Like, you know, there's Brexit.
Oh, don't
Then there's gun control. Man. You know, then there's North Korea.
Oh, yeah.
Then, you know, the Australians are probably all chill. I don't know what they're doing. Surfing.
Surfing and drinking beers on the beach.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I don't know. It's very hard to be super positive and loving towards everybody when there's so many people doing so many bad things in the world.
Just don't watch the news. Read the happy newspaper. Plug. Like, honestly.
Super plug.
Yeah, but because it's amazing. Like, I'm not. I fucking hate all of this mainstream media bullshit.
Yeah, I like to know what's going on, but I don't indulge too much in it.
It's a version of what's going on. Like, yes, it's going on, but there's loads of other amazing, beautiful stuff that are going on that you don't see. It's like it links back to this whole social media thing, like, and you know, the mainstream media perpetuating that kind of, you know, sensationalism.
Yeah, all this like pray for Paris crap. Like, I was so glad that when all the like the Florida shooting victims, I hate the word victims, pupils, like came out and were like, you know, basically we appreciate it, but fuck your prayers.
Yeah, we don't need your prayers.
They don't do shit.
We need gun control.
We need change. Yeah. Like the hypocrisy and the ignorance of every single fucking person on Facebook who adds that filter to their profile picture when somebody's died, you know, when there's been a shooting or when there's been a hurricane, and it's like, oh, pray for this country, and it's like, mate, that's another. It's about you. That's not about anybody else. That's about you looking like you're a good person, putting that on your Facebook. And I'm sorry to all of my friends who have ever put anything like this, because all of my friends have on Facebook.
Totally.
No, you know, I'm not saying that you're a bad person. I'm just saying, like, I've never put one of those filters on my photo. Doesn't mean that I don't care. And that I'm not wise and savvy to the issues that are happening. But, you know, me sending my atheist prayers is not going to save any children. And, you know, those children are not going to see my Facebook profile picture and say, oh, I'm really glad that that person put that filter on there. They care. No.
What about it, like, sending a message of, or raising awareness for a cause?
I think you can do that without it being about yourself. I think it's lazy. You click a button to make it look like you care. When if you actually, you know, you want people to know that you care, then start something. Start a petition. Right.
I was just going to say, sign some petitions and like
yeah, you know, just share petitions around, you know,
or march or do something.
Yeah,
you know?
make a post about it that's productive. You know, like organise a get together or a charity event or something like that. Like actually do something. Like it's not that hard.
Yeah, you make a good point.
Then that's a good way that we can use social media. Is by like I see a lot of my friends sharing petitions and things like that.
Yeah,
that's a really good way to use it. Like rally people up and share things.
Or I like it where you know they're sharing events that are positive, or you know there's something going on and it's like supporting local businesses, or you know that kind of stuff is like all the positive good stuff that I see. And you know, like with the Happy You project, we wouldn't have had the people there on Sunday at our course if we hadn't have put it on Facebook. I
wish that more people would pay more attention online, or as much attention, not less attention to GIFs and things like that, but as much attention as they pay to funny GIFs or funny cat videos, to other things people were sharing. Like the amount of times that I share, I'm not saying that everybody should love all the shit that I share, but sometimes I feel like I post something that's like means a lot to me and is something really cool that could inspire somebody else. I'm like, this is a really cool creative thing that I've seen that somebody's made. I'm going to post it. Like, I'm obsessed with Jason Momoa's video that he made with his monologue about his children and his way of life and things like that. And I watch it like religiously. And I'll post it and like nobody gives a shit about it. But if I post something that's funny about, you know, a pizza meme, people love it. And I get like 30 likes. And it's like, this is cool. I'm not saying, you know, don't be interested in funny things, but also pay attention to creative things and inspiring things and important stuff online. Mix it up.
So will you start reading my blog then?
I really should try harder because I'm horrible. But the one thing about me is that I need to be pestered. You know that I need to be pestered. Even things about like, you know, if like we're supposed to be hanging out or something like that. I know,
I rang you and you didn't even remember that we were
you rang me today and I was like, why is LG ringing me? And then I was like, oh shit, it's Thursday. Like I'm terrible. But like I don't mind people pestering me. I'm like, no, please, just hammer on at me and tell me I'm an idiot. And be like, Ellie, you're doing this tomorrow, or will you have a look at this, or you know. Maybe you'll listen to the podcast. Because not everyone reads, I get that. Well, of course I will. I've been on it. Oh, you're just too funny, Ellie. I've started to laugh like Cardi B now. Who? Cardi B? I don't know who that is. Oh, you're not down with the kids, man. No, of course I'm not. I'm 35 this year. After we've recorded this, I'm going to... just broke the fourth wall. What? We're recording? What? Someone's listening in. I'm going to show you Cardi B. You're okay. Educated. She laughs like this. Oh, I love it. We've just spent an hour talking about how like social media and shit is bad, and then the first thing we're going to do as soon as we stop recording... Stop this shit. I want to go on YouTube. We're going to go on YouTube and show me some ridiculous stuff that doesn't mean anything. Yeah, let's complain about the kids and then be really ironic about exactly everything we could be complaining about. Pretty much. Pretty much. Our point is consciousness. Yes. And self-awareness. Yes. And productivity. And so as long as you're doing all that, then you can Netflix binge and selfie away as much as you like. Yeah. So. But just be woke at the same time. Exactly. Get woke. Get woke. Everything in moderation. I love it. And that's like pretty much an hour. So I remember looking at it a while ago and I was like, oh, how long's it been? Like half an hour? It was like 13 minutes. I was like, fuck.
Did you not think we could fill an hour?
I think we could, but I was like, Ellie, you've really got to commit to this. Go on, get into it. Start saying some deep shit.
Mate, of all of the people that I know, you're the one that could fill an hour within an hour.
Is that a compliment?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
My mum does talk a lot.
I described you to Josh, who's helping me with the podcast. Shout out Josh, plug. Audio Works. Go and check out his podcast. I've been on it. It's fun. It's sick. Anyway, I described you to Josh as badass. And badass, and that's why I want you on my podcast. So
yeah, boy.
So thanks for being badass for an hour,
no
and just talking.
An hour? Mate, I'm badass all the time.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Everybody, check out my Instagram.
Insta, what are you?
Elli Bam on everything.
Elli Bam.
Yeah.
A.
What are you on about?
ELLIBAM.
Yeah.
Elli Bam.
Yeah.
Again, we're being really ironic with plugging your Insta, even though you're not even on it.
Give my inactive Instagram some attention.
Yeah.
Plus, in like a month's time, I'm totally going to be like back on it with a lot of self-control, but with a lot of great pics. Yeah. You're going to see the best high-quality selfies.
Oh my God.
Ever. Just not every day. Sorry.
Okay, well,
Can't have me all the time.
I'm going to hold you accountable for this, though. So if you do start posting every day, I'm going to be like, you suck. You said that you weren't going to post every day. Cool.
Yeah, this isn't ironic anymore, Ellie.
No, it's really not ironic.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Hopefully you'll come back onto my podcast again one day and we can talk about some other show.
Will you ever do a drunk podcast?
Oh my God. So I actually recorded one with Dana, my other friend.
Yeah.
And my other friend, I don't know why I said that. Like,
your one other friend.
My one other friend. Just for the listeners, she's my friend. And we were drunk. We'd had a few glasses of wine. And we were like, let's just test it out. And I swear to God, I listened to it. No, I deleted it. I listened to it the next day and it was just awful. And
Can we do one?
Yeah.
I'll probably hate it and I'll be like, even if you like it, I'll be like, no. I'm going to listen back to this and be like, I sound horrible. I'm going to pick myself apart. I'm so insecure.
No, maybe that can be the topic of the next one that we talk about is like our own insecurities and why we just hate on ourselves all the time.
Indeed. Deep.
Deep. Yeah, it's been real. It's been totes smosh.
Are we woke now?
We're woke.
Is everybody else woke? Yeah. Have we woke everyone?
We have.
Woked?
We've woked everyone.
You've all been woked.
Okay, thanks Ellie. Love you. Love you, bye.
Bye.
So now apparently we're all woked? I don't know. Maybe we learnt something. Who knows? Or maybe we just had random chats for an hour. Either way, I hope you really enjoyed it. If you did like it, please do like, share, subscribe, do whatever you need to do. I'd love to do another series of these podcasts, but only if people want to listen. Because there's kind of no point if I'm just chatting to my mate and putting it out on the internet for no reason. So if you did like it, just let me know. And then it might spur me on to do another series, who knows. But yeah, that was episode 2 of 6 episodes. Hope you enjoyed it and we'll speak to you next week.